everybody, Joe Tactical here again. Just going to show you guys a very fun, useful piece of gear that sometimes gets overlooked. And let me just touch on a little bit of philosophy, and I'll try not to ramble on too much about that. Have you ever had a cheap first aid kit, and the hinge break, the handle break, whatever? It's just kind of like, you pack this first aid kit full of, 10, 20, hundreds of dollars worth of gear, or first aid supplies and everything else, only to have the carry system itself break. And for me, these Pelican 1040 micro cases, as well as all their other cases for that matter, are a very good solution for survival kits. Anything that you can't have fail or spill or get damaged because of any, wear and tear and abuse and lugging around and everything. They are a bit heavy, so backpacking, I don't really know. Good for in the car. Definitely makes a great home first aid kit. Now this isn't for a first aid kit, okay? This is just an example because that's what I think these are best for. Just for me, if you need first aid, you need your first aid to stay dry and everything else. Alright, but this is the 1040 Pelican. And before we even open it up, we're going to see that it has some mounting attachments. You could put a carabiner. It came with a black carabiner on here. You could loop 550 cord, some type of strap on it or whatever. Even if you wanted to get a little creative and put a strap across, whatever you wanted to do, you could do. And supposedly it's crush proof. I don't think they can advertise it as waterproof, but it's pretty good. It has a little pressure valve here, and the latch is very tough. And again, they say crush proof. I've heard of people driving over these with cars. Okay, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much tough as I would need it. My main thing would be if I take it in my hand, reach my hand up in the air as far as I can, and drop it on concrete, is it going to break? I don't think so. I don't want to try that because I'm not really planning on doing that, but I don't think it would. And in that sense, that's pretty much tough enough. Now the hinge, or the latch here, is kind of stiff, but you want that because it's sealed, water resistant, watertight, whatever you want to call it. Would I take this and put my phone in it or a camera in it and submerge it in water? I wouldn't want to, but if it happened, I'd be glad it was in it as opposed to like a Ziploc bag or something like that. Now let's open it up here. That was for putting the charger in there. Sorry about that. I didn't want the charger rattling around, so I used those little peanuts to kind of tighten it up a little bit. It's really nice, and they kind of take it in consideration, it looks like, for you to put any type of electronic in here as well. For example, this is like a real spongy foam that looks real cushiony, so if you have electronics shaking up around it, like my charger, for example, I told you about, it probably wouldn't do any damage. I just use these to kind of close up the gap a little more so it wouldn't slide around. I probably didn't have to do that, but that's just kind of how I do things. Excuse me. Also, they have this little rubber insert, and I believe this is also the waterproof gasket. And the best of my knowledge, you can actually replace these when they wear out. I don't know if I would do that because for the price of this, I think I paid like $15 for this thing. I would probably just demote it if it was no longer watertight and it's something that didn't need to be watertight, and just buy another one. Depends on the situation, depends on the use, I understand. But that's just me. I mean, why pay, what is this insert, $6? I don't know. I just demote it and get another one instead of doing that. Depends on the use. That's just me. I like having a whole bunch of crap like this because I always find uses for everything. Trust me, everything. Okay, sorry I'm saying a little too much here. It's got these little strength ribs on the outside, and it's got these like 2-inch wide hinges. It looks like 2-inch. Let's just see to find out. Yeah, that's 2-inch wide hinges with about 3/4 of an inch to an inch space in between the hinges. It would have been nice if they just took the hinge the whole way. I don't really know why they wouldn't have done that. I guess for some of their bigger cases, it would have been too big to do that. But for the little one, I would have liked to see that. At least for the ones that are, the size of like cell phone and camera stuff and everything, it'd be nice if just the hinge went the whole way, and probably be a little bit easier in production. I don't know. I'm not an expert by any way, shape, or form. Never claimed to be. I'm just showing you what the ad, or trying to show you what the ad doesn't. Now inside it here you got about 6 3/4 inches and 5 1/8. It's about 5 1/8, maybe a little bit more, but 5 1/8. And the depth here, I can't do it with this one. This doesn't have the. Sorry, guys. All right, so we're looking at. That's about 7/8 of an inch there. And let's look at this. And I don't know. This isn't an exact measurement because as you shut this, it kind of overlaps a little bit, and there's probably about an 1/8 inch that's unaccounted for or something like that. But you got about a 1/2 inch or so up top there, maybe a little bit more. So you got about 1 1/4 inch, and it fits, like, I would say, I don't even know what a PDA size is, but I would say like a PDA could fit in the 1040. You know, any type of cell phone, iPhone should definitely be able to fit in there. And it's good if you're going to go somewhere where you think you might, you know, be hiking around, or not even that. If you're poolside, throw your phone in this, because how many people you know have said, "Oh, my phone fell in the pool," and really that's kind of negligence. But at the same time, if you have a system that's saying, okay, when I'm in the pool, I'm going to throw my phone in here, not lay it on my towel, and then when I grab my towel, it falls in the pool. I've heard of a story like that. I'm not even making it up. It's ridiculous, I know. But the Pelican cases are real cool, and I plan on having one of these for a reasonable size home first aid kit that's not weight restricted. So it's going to be, I'll probably get the yellow one with the clear lid, so it's highly visible and everything. And if I had to go in an emergency situation, try to help somebody out or something, I know I could grab that, take it with me, and do whatever I can. For example, if a kid or something, you know, fell off his bike and whatever, I had a big kit. This is the type of kit I would want to go for emergencies to count. Not, hey, my head hurts, do you have a first aid kit for a Tylenol? It's like, this is life-saving. Even having more things in first aid kits than I would be able to use. That way if somebody else would, it's like not being a mechanic but having tools in your car. A mechanic drives by, you're broke down on the side of the road, he helps you out because you have the stuff. Alright, sorry getting a little sidetracked, but let's check out the overall size on the outside. And I'm going to include the hinges, because when I take measurements, I do them real approximate. You know what I mean? Like, I don't do it exact, because I kind of look at it like, if you were going to throw this in a drawer, and if I told you it was 6 inches by 4 inches, and that drawer was 6 inches by 4 inches, there's a good chance it's not really going to fit in there. Alright, it's going to have to be a little bit more. So I'm just going to kind of, it's about 5 inches by, you know what, we'll just give it a little 1/4 inch too. We'll say 5 by 8. Then we'll stand it up here and say 2.5. Alright, so 5 by 8 by 2.5, and this will fit in that compartment. So if you have a bag or something like that, that's about the size that you would want to have. 5 by 8 by 2.5 for the Pelican 1040 micro case. And if you have any questions or anything, I'll do my very best to answer them as quickly and as accurate as I can. I'm not a professional, I'm not an expert. I never claim to be. I just try to show you guys, like I said, the things that the ad doesn't show. You see when it's in my hands, you can see about how the size of it. When it's sitting there like that, you really can't get an idea, but when I pick it up, you're like, okay, that's about the size it would be in my hand, so, alright, I know I can put it in this drawer, I know I can do this, whatever. If you want to make a miniature toolkit, whatever, you know about the size. So I gave you that the best of my ability. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and again, thank you very much for watching. That's why I do it. Joe Tactical out.